Why you're always tired and how to finally get your energy back. I was exhausted for years. Not tired, exhausted. I tried every vitamin, every supplement, every protocol. Nothing worked because I was treating the symptoms while completely missing the actual cause. The day I finally figured it out, it was like taking a helmet off my head. I woke up. Since then, I've helped tens of thousands of people do the same thing. And today I'm going to show you exactly why you're tired and precisely what to do about it. There are 7 reasons. Most people have never heard of half of them. Let's go. Reason number 1, adrenal fatigue and chronic stress. Your body has a stress hormone called cortisol. Under short-term stress, cortisol is useful. It gives you a burst of energy by mobilizing glucose. But under chronic stress, it destroys you. Here's what happens. Cortisol forces your body to run on glucose, regardless of what you eat. It pulls sugar from your liver. It converts your own muscle and fat into glucose. Your blood sugar spikes. Insulin rushes in to push it down. And the result of that constant cycle? Complete and total exhaustion. There's also a small structure in your brain called the amygdala, your fear center. Every shade of fear runs through it. Worry, anxiety, panic, dread. And a chronically activated amygdala disrupts sleep, keeps your nervous system in overdrive, and drains your energy reserves around the clock. What to do? Vitamin B1 through nutritional yeast is one of the most powerful calming agents for an overactive stress response. Many people feel the difference within days. Ashwagandha, an adaptogen that literally increases your body's tolerance to stress. Physical work, not just exercise, but actual physical work with your hands. Yard work, building, fixing things. This is one of the most underrated stress release tools that exist. It burns off the stress energy that keeps you wired and exhausted simultaneously. And face your fears. Fear avoided is fear amplified. Fear faced dissolves. Reason number 2, poor sleep. Poor sleep makes you tired. That's obvious. But here's what's not obvious. Most people can't sleep because of high cortisol. Between midnight and 2 a.m., cortisol is supposed to be at its absolute lowest. But if your adrenals are overactive, that's exactly when you're most awake. Staring at the ceiling, mind racing. I had that problem for years. Here's what changed everything for me. Your body has 2 types of melatonin. The kind in your bloodstream and the kind inside every single cell in your body, called subcellular melatonin. The way you produce subcellular melatonin is through infrared light. Over 50% of sunlight is infrared. Firelight, candles, incandescent bulbs, infrared saunas. All of these increase cellular melatonin, which is not just a sleep hormone, but one of the most powerful antioxidants your body produces. Meanwhile, screens destroy it. Computers, phones, LED lighting, they block infrared wavelengths and deplete the very melatonin you need to sleep. Get outside during the day. Reduce screen exposure in the evening. Sit by a fire or use red light in the evening. For supplementation, vitamin D3 before bed helps reset your sleep centers and is particularly effective for jet lag and disrupted sleep cycles. Pair it with K2. Add B1 through nutritional yeast to quiet the overactive racing mind. Reason number 3, post-viral syndrome. If you had COVID, a bad flu, Epstein-Barr, or any significant viral infection, and you've never fully recovered your energy, this is for you. The medical term is myalgic encephalomyelitis. Muscle pain, brain inflammation, cognitive fog, crushing fatigue. Here's what I believe is actually happening. The inflammatory immune response creates massive oxidative damage. And if you went into that infection already depleted, which most people are, the residual fatigue is not a mysterious syndrome. It's a vitamin deficiency, primarily B1, but also B3, other B vitamins, vitamin D, and zinc. Start there. Nutritional yeast for B1, vitamin D3 with zinc, NAC as a powerful antioxidant, and infrared exposure to boost cellular melatonin. And here's something critical about dormant viruses. Many people carry latent viruses, Epstein-Barr, herpes, others, that were acquired years ago. These viruses wait silently in your body, and they come out of dormancy when cortisol rises, because cortisol suppresses immune function. Stress opens the door. The virus walks through. And suddenly you have fatigue that seems to come from nowhere. If this resonates, resolving the stress is not optional. You cannot out-supplement an unresolved chronic stress situation. Reason number 4, Lyme disease and chronic bacterial infections. Lyme disease comes from a spiral-shaped bacteria, a spirochete, that burrows deep into tissue and evades the immune system. The fatigue and symptoms from Lyme aren't primarily from the bacteria itself. They're from your own immune system, fighting something it can't quite find. Natural antimicrobials, oregano oil, garlic, thyme, sage, can help support your immune system in clearing this infection without the collateral damage of pharmaceutical antibiotics. If you've been fatigued for years with no clear explanation, Lyme is worth investigating. Reason number 5, insulin resistance. This one affects far more people than realize it. A high carbohydrate diet doesn't just make you gain weight. It makes your brain go to sleep. That post-meal fog, that desperate need for a nap after lunch. That's your brain running on glucose, an inefficient, unstable fuel that causes energy crashes throughout the day. Switch to a ketogenic diet with intermittent fasting, and your brain shifts to running on ketones. Ketones are the preferred fuel for your brain. Cleaner, more efficient, more stable. People who make this switch consistently report that the mental clarity alone, the feeling of finally being awake, is unlike anything they've experienced before. This single change may do more for your energy than anything else on this list. Reason number 6, low stomach acid. As we age, stomach acid naturally declines, and most people have no idea what that cost them. Without sufficient stomach acid, you can't absorb B12, you can't properly absorb iron. Both cause anemia, and anemia causes debilitating fatigue. You can't break down protein efficiently, leaving you running on empty even when you eat well. You become vulnerable to SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, which causes its own wave of fatigue, bloating, and digestive misery. The fix, apple cider vinegar before meals, and betaine hydrochloride, 5 to 7 tablets with food. It takes time to rebuild. Start now and be consistent. Reason number 7, vitamin and mineral deficiencies. 3 specific deficiencies that cause fatigue and are chronically underestimated. B12, essential for nerve function and red blood cell production. Deficiency causes profound fatigue and neurological symptoms. Potassium. Every cell in your body runs on a sodium-potassium pump that generates electrical energy. Without adequate potassium, your cellular energy production literally slows down. Large salads daily are your best source. Magnesium, involved in ATP production. the actual energy currency of every cell. Deficiency is extremely common and almost always overlooked. I notice on the days I skip my large salad, I'm more tired. It's that direct. Your energy recovery protocol, in order of priority. First, fix your diet. Go low carb and start intermittent fasting. This is the foundation everything else builds on. I tried every supplement imaginable while eating too many carbs. None of it worked. Second, address your stress and sleep. They are inseparable. B1 through nutritional yeast, ashwagandha, physical work, infrared light exposure, vitamin D3 before bed. Third, investigate post-viral or latent infection if the fatigue is deep and persistent. B1, D3, zinc, NAC, and eliminating the stress that's keeping your immune system suppressed. Fourth, support stomach acid with apple cider vinegar and betaine hydrochloride. Fifth, flood your body with potassium and magnesium through large daily salads. You are not supposed to be this tired. Fatigue is not just getting older. It's not your personality. It's not something you have to accept. It is a signal. And now you know exactly what it's telling you. Share this with someone who's been exhausted and can't figure out why. They've probably been looking everywhere except the right places.